guys, I hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to today's video in which we are going to be talking about some amazing everyday fragrances for women. If you're looking for perfumes that smell fresh, clean, but very pretty and elegant at the same time, definitely keep on watching. These fragrances are all perfect for spring and summer as well. And first up we have Meliora by Parfums de Marly, and this right here is one of my favorite spring summer fragrances. It's very bright, sparkling, fruity, juicy, joyful. It opens up with a blast of berries. We have a very juicy, sweet, prominent black currant note in here. We also have some red berries which add a little bit of a sourness, but not too much. They just prevent the fragrance from being overly sweet in my opinion. Then we have some gorgeous florals in the heart, a little bit of rose, lily of the valley. It's very elegant and pretty, but very sparkling and fun and playful and girly in my opinion as well. But it's very elegant at the same time. This is just a gorgeous fruity fragrance for spring and summer. It feels very fresh and clean, a little bit green as well, but not too much. In the dry down it becomes very musky and clean, but it still remains very fruity and sparkling. She is just a gorgeous fragrance. If you love fruity fragrances, especially with berries, this is a must try. Next up we have Papier by Diptyque, and this is currently my favorite musky fragrance in my perfume collection. I am obsessed with this one. I cannot stop wearing it. It's absolutely stunning. This was a love at first sniff for me. I was trying all Diptyque fragrances and I tried a lot of them, and I love a lot of other fragrances by the brand, but this one just stole my heart right then and there. When I smelled it, I just knew I had to have it. I sprayed it all over my skin, a little bit on my clothes, and I went about my day. I was having lunch and I was just getting those amazing whiffs off of it. It felt very warm and fresh and clean at the same time. The fragrance opens up with a steamed rice accord, and the rice adds a little bit of savoriness in my opinion. It almost smells like a bakery, very delicious and yummy when you first spray it. That phase doesn't last long and it quickly starts to fade away, and then you start to get the muskiness. It feels very warm and fresh and clean. It almost smells like you have just taken a shower and your skin is still warm and a little bit wet, and you just put your robe on top of it and it's kind of steaming underneath your robe. It sounds very weird, but it just smells very clean and fresh, just like freshly washed warm skin, and I absolutely love it. It also smells a little bit like laundry, but in the slightest way possible, and it's just absolutely heavenly. To me, this is just the perfect musky fragrance. It's very clean, very fresh, but also a little bit powdery, very elegant at the same time. Also have a mimosa note in here which adds sweetness and powderiness. This is honestly the most perfect musky fragrance. It's sweet, it's powdery, it's sophisticated, it's unique with the rice note, it's elegant, it's fresh, and it's clean, and it also feels warm and inviting at the same time. Absolutely stunning. If you love musky fragrances, this one is a must try. Next up we have another musky fragrance that I just can't get enough of, and this is the newest release by BDK 312 Saint-Honoré, and this is just such a beautiful musky fragrance. It opens up very spicy. We have a very prominent pink pepper note at the top, and I absolutely love that spicy opening. It's very addictive, vibrant, intoxicating. And then we also have a little bit of an angelica root which adds just a little bit of greenness, but not too much. That spicy peppery opening does not last very long, and shortly you start to get this musky, creamy, sweet floral perfection. We have a lot of orange blossom in here which smells absolutely divine. It's sweet and creamy and so beautiful. The muskiness in here, it's absolutely addictive as well. It feels very clean and fresh, but it feels very sophisticated and elegant at the same time in my opinion. There is oud listed in here as well. I personally do not really get any oud in here, but the fragrance feels very balanced out. You have a little bit of sweetness, you have a little bit of creaminess, it feels a little bit powdery as well, but that orange blossom together with the musk in here is just to die for. If you love musky fragrances, this one is another one that you absolutely need to try. Next up, we have two amazing vanilla fragrances, perfect for spring and summer or all year round, because I basically wear these two all the time. And the first one is Gentle Fluidity Gold by MFK. This has to be one of my favorite vanilla fragrances ever. This is just beautifully blended. It is sweet and warm and powdery, but aromatic, fresh, musky and clean at the same time. It's sophisticated, it's elegant, it's feminine. This is a fragrance that fits any occasion, any season, any situation. Anywhere you go wearing this one, you will be smelling absolutely heavenly. It is so pretty, it's so gorgeous. This is just the perfect vanilla fragrance, signature scent, worthy, feminine, elegant, perfection in a bottle. And next up, of course, we have Dama Bianca by Xerjoff in the Casamorati line. This is just one of the prettiest vanilla fragrances ever. This is so fresh, it's so uplifting, it's so bright, it's so elegant. It feels very unique and sophisticated at the same time. This is a vanilla fragrance like none other. Dama Bianca is truly one of the most gorgeous spring summer fragrances. Another fragrance that is signature scent worthy. She has a very vibrant, sparkling, bright, citrusy opening with lime and kumquat. In the heart, we have some gorgeous purple florals, iris, violet. Then in the base, we have a lot of vanilla with musk and sandalwood. The Dama Bianca is just absolute perfection, joyful, sparkling, citrusy, vibrant, floral and powdery, a little bit sweet and vanillic and musky. You just can't go wrong with this one if you're looking for something that smells incredibly beautiful and elegant and fresh at the same time. This is just a must-have. Next up, we have another stunning musky fragrance, and this is Musc Pallas by Jovoy. This is so beautiful. This is another musky fragrance that I have been obsessed with. It's very musky and powdery. We have a lot of iris in here, but we also have a lot of fruitiness. I have a peach note in here, which is so beautiful. It's fuzzy and sparkling and fruity, and to me it smells like the skin of a peach. The iris note together with the fruitiness of the peach is just working like magic. It's powdery, fruity, sweet, musky, clean, fresh. This smells like fresh laundry, but not your typical fresh type of clean laundry scent. It has so much character. It's got this addictive fruity powderiness with the muskiness. This is just incredible. If you enjoy clean, fresh laundry like fragrances, but you're looking for something that is more elevated, a little bit more sophisticated, elegant and very pretty, this is one that you absolutely need to try. Next up, we have a citrusy fragrance by Ormonde Jayne, and this one is Tanger. This is one of the most beautiful citrusy fragrances that feels very warm and bright and fresh at the same time. It opens up with bergamot and mandarin. The mandarin is sweet. We have a lot of neroli in here. The neroli is a little bit green, but it also feels very sweet and floral. And we have some vanilla in the dry down with amber and a little bit of moss. When you first spray the fragrance, you get citruses, you get a lot of that mandarin. It feels very sweet and juicy. The neroli is just adding this beautiful floral sweetness and freshness in here with a little bit of greenness, but not too much. We have a gorgeous cashmere wood note in here as well, which makes the fragrance soft and warm and inviting, but a little bit musky as well. And in the dry down, the amber adds a little bit of warmth, the vanilla adds a little bit of an extra sweetness. But all in all, this is just a gorgeous citrusy fragrance with a little bit of warmth, with a little bit of freshness, with a little bit of floral sweetness. If you are looking for a citrusy fragrance that feels fresh and clean and musky and soft and a little bit warm at the same time, this is just a must try. One of my favorite fragrances by Ormonde Jayne. Next, we have one of my favorite easy reach everyday fragrances, and this is Libre by YSL. This is just a gorgeous white floral fragrance with some lavender and vanilla. You already know everything about this one. This to me just smells very fresh and clean, a little bit sexy, but it almost smells like freshly washed laundry to me. When I smell this fragrance, I imagine a laundry that is drying up outside on a warm sunny day, but the air is crisp and fresh. There are some florals in there in the garden where I'm drying out my clothes, and it just smells crisp, fresh, floral, clean, and just beautiful. This is honestly a fragrance that you just can't go wrong with. If you enjoy white floral fragrances, this is a must-have. Coming up, we have a fragrance by ex Nihilo, and this is not Fleur Narcotique. This is Iris Porcelana, and I have a travel spray of this one, but this is just a gorgeous, ozonic, fresh, violet fragrance with iris, which makes it a little bit powdery, a lot of musk, and a lot of sandalwood. It feels very bright and sparkling and very, very fresh, a little bit aquatic, and the iris adds this delicate powderiness in here. The musk makes it feel very clean, but the sandalwood adds this addictive creaminess in here as well. This is just incredibly beautiful, very feminine, elegant, sparkling, joyful, and bright. If you love violet fragrances, this is one that you absolutely need to try. This is a fragrance that reminds me of Dama Bianca. They are not the same by any means, but they're in the same family. This very beautiful, slightly powdery, bright, fresh violet fragrance. If you have Dama Bianca in your collection, you would absolutely love this one as well, so definitely give it a try if you haven't already. And the last fragrance that we have for today's list is Pear Inc by Juliette Has A Gun. The bottle of this one is so pretty. The fragrance itself is very pretty as well. It's a juicy, sweet pear perfume with a lot of muskiness. It feels very sweet and fruity and vibrant. This is a happy type of a fragrance. It feels very clean and fresh, but also very soft and comforting at the same time. This is just the perfect pear perfume. If you love pear fragrances, this is just incredible. This is an easy reach, clean, fresh, musky, fruity scent that you just can't go wrong with. Just love spraying this one all over myself, especially after a shower. Now this one kind of has a fruity shampoo type of a vibe to it, but it's very, very beautiful. As I said, this is just the perfect fruity, clean, musky, easy reach fragrance that is just perfect for spring and summer. Well, this was all for today, guys. These are some of my favorite clean everyday perfumes at the moment. Please let me know down in the comments what are some of your favorite easy reach, clean, fresh perfumes in your perfume collection. I would love to know this, and if you stayed up until the end of the video, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, definitely give it a little bit of love. If you love the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you next time.